I'll be honest with you, I'm wearing slippers. Now, last week I showed you the double Fibonacci sequence scarf, which was the Fibonacci in the warp and the weft, just looking at my bag on my shoulder. And that's how that's worked. And I've literally just trimmed the ends off this morning because it took a little bit longer than I was hoping, because everything does. I'm going to stop shaking it around so you can have an actual look at it. I don't know if the green's showing up. It's a really nice sort of deep bluey green. Is that a way to describe green? I don't know. But you can see the sequence in both the warp and the weft, so I think that's worked really well, and I will definitely be exploring that as a weaving technique in the future. It'd be interesting to start a Fibonacci sequence at one end of the scarf and then not stop it after a short sequence and do a whole thing, like the whole length of the scarf in increasing numbers. I know what I'm talking about, and that's the main thing. There was a small problem. Where is it? I'll see if I can show you this float. Because this is a multi-strand yarn, it sometimes misbehaves. So there is a little bit of floating on this as well, but it blends in quite well, so I'm not too worried about it, and it is only one strand of the multi-strand. Now, I'm not going to show you the cross stitch this week because progress on it has been so small that I could show you last week's photo of what it looked like, and then I could show you what it looks like now, and you would say, you've done nothing on that. And I would say, I don't care for your tone, but also I have done stuff on it, you just can't really see it. So we'll save that for when it's a bit more obvious that I've, achieved something. Instead, and I've got nothing on the loom because instead I'm getting the sewing machine out. So the loom is away and the sewing machine is coming out. The last piece of fabric that I needed for this current project has arrived this morning. So I'll show you what that current project is going to be. I'll show you what that project will be in about half an hour when I've finished editing this. It's Frances Frog by Claire's Craft Room. Now, I've made 2 of these so far. I've made one for my friend Lizzie and one for my friend Lizzie's grandson. And then my friend Mark wanted one. Hi, Mark. So I'm going to make one for Mark. And then I thought, I've never made one for me. That's hardly fair. So I've got the fabric for 2 frogs in my little bag here. I've got the fabric for 1 frog. This is going to be Mark's frog. Mark, close your eyes if you don't want to see your fabric. Oops. That's going to be the body of the frog. And then for the belly, I've got a plain purple. It's going to be a little Halloweeny, and I think I like that. So that's frog number 1. And then I need a second pair of hands for smooth transitions to other fabrics. And then frog number 2, which is for me, because it's about time I made myself a frog. It's been days since I've made myself a frog. That's the frog body. And then for the belly, I've got this burnt orange stripe. So that is basically what I'm off to do once I've finished recording this. I'll get the ironing board out, I'll get these pressed. Now, the problem with the pattern is I can't give you a link to where to find it because Claire's Craft Room has ceased trading as far as I can tell. The Facebook page hasn't been updated since 2016. She transferred to a new Facebook page which also hasn't been updated since 2016. She's no longer on Etsy, she's no longer on eBay, but if you keep an eye out, because I know that I got one of my patterns off eBay. I do have 2 of these because I've lost one. There's one in the house somewhere. If I find that, maybe I can pass it on to you. You can't have mine, I'm using it. But that is what is going on with me in my world. What's going on with you in your world? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I've had a bit of an influx of subscribers, so welcome to all the new people. It's nice to have you here. I'm astonished that you're here, but I'm delighted. So you take care of yourself. I will see you next week, possibly with 2 finished frogs. I would hope. Come on. How long can it take to make a couple of frogs? Don't answer that because I know it's going to take longer than I think it's going to take me. You take care. I'll see you soon.